Yo, what's good? It's Jay with Let's Talk Boxing. Before we get started, hit the like button, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. So, we're just coming out the highly anticipated Canelo versus Triple G3. And I want to get right into it. I was just looking at the rankings, and I found a few things that's particularly piquant, so to speak. So, I watched a video with David Benavidez, I believe it was on Fight Hype, talking about the fight, and he put up a comment on Twitter saying it was a trash fight, but that's what y'all want to see. And he's absolutely correct. Went through the comments, found people talking all kind of crazy stuff, and it's crazy because I thought that black people was the only culture that did this, but I see obviously not. It was a comment that Canelo made about not fighting any more Mexicans. So David Benavidez, being witty, he said, "Well, I'm half Mexican, half Ecuadorian." So he must not have been talking about me. At least he doesn't feel that way. So I went through the rankings, and of course, Canelo is the 168-pound undisputed champion. We're not going to discuss the route he got there. The only credible victory I gave him was beating Caleb Plant for the IBF. Okay, so let's start with the WBO. Now, this was Triple G's first fight at 168. Okay, I do believe he is the WBO 160-pound champion, which in fact gives him a shot if he moves up in weight, which he did. So he was ranked number one over Demetrius Andrade, who left 160 to campaign at 168 in hopes to get a shot at Canelo. Now, Canelo loves to say that he hasn't beat anyone, talking about various fighters that want to fight him. He hasn't beat anyone. He hasn't beat anyone. Okay. You want these fighters to fight each other before they fight you. But what about the ranking system? That's not how it works. If I am ranked and you are the undisputed champion, then that alone gives me the right to challenge for whatever title that I'm ranked in the top 10. Now, there's two champions listed at 168 for the WBC. You have Canelo Alvarez, and you have David Benavidez as the interim in the WBC. David Benavidez is a former two-time 168 WBC world champion. Yeah, he did lose the belts on the scale for weight and testing positive for drugs, and people love to bring that up. But what about Canelo testing positive multiple times? I'd rather you test positive for a recreational drug than a banned drug. Steroids. Nobody wants to talk about that. Oh, Canelo this, Canelo that. Let's just be real. Like I said in my last video, he is a good fighter. Canelo's a good fighter. But I'm not going to give him credit as being this world beater if he refuses to continue to face top opposition. We all know the Triple G fight was just a get-back fight after getting his ass kicked by Dmitry Bivol. He don't even want to look in that direction anymore. He don't want to fight Beterbiev. He need to leave all those guys alone at 175. He got that one little win up there against a washed-up, drunk Kovalev at 175 who fought him like he was trying to let him win. You go back and watch the Andre Ward-Kovalev fights, both of them, and you tell me that it ain't the same Kovalev that got in the ring with Canelo. I rest my case. So let's keep going. 168 rankings. The WBA. You have Canelo Alvarez as the champion, and David Morrell as, well, you have Canelo as the super champion, and you have David Morrell as the regular champion. Good fight. I don't think David Morrell is ready. Definitely a great test for him if he wanted to do that. I mean, but it all depends on the fighter, and it doesn't seem like he's making any moves to try to get that fight. Let's move on to the IBF. You have Edgar Berlanga that's ranked number 4. Highly touted, strong fighter, could give and pose problems for Canelo, but I highly doubt that he will fight Edgar Berlanga. Maybe, maybe not. Now back to the WBO, where he just fought Triple G and won. Okay, so he says he's not fighting any more Mexicans. So let's just say hypothetically that's going to cross out David Benavidez because that's really who he's avoiding. Charlo, my guy, but I just don't know what he has going on personally right now. So a fight with Canelo could possibly end his career because his head is not there. So I'm not even going to discuss him even getting a shot. But if you look through the rankings of 168, it's pretty much clouded with a lot of no-name people and people that was at 160 that Canelo has already beaten. So he really doesn't have too many places to look for a fight. We either want to see Canelo versus Andre, which he said about Andre, he's a horrible fighter. He wants a payday. I know that. Payday. Okay. If you know that, what's wrong with that man wanting to get paid? I think you should fight Demetrius Boo Boo Andre next. And then I'll start giving you your respect if you beat him. It's Jay. Let's talk boxing. Hate, like, subscribe. To the next one. We out.